and today's video is going to be a top 10 most anticipated books of 2016 because it's 2016 already. Where the hell did 2015 go? Because it went by so fast, and now it's 2016, which just means more books to be released that I'm excited to reading. So without further ado, we shall get started. In no particular order other than the date when they're released. Number 1 already came out, and that is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. Now, Alexandra Bracken has wrote an amazing series before, and that is the Darkest Minds trilogy, and I adore those books so much. They're so good! So when I learned that Alexandra Bracken was creating a new series based on like a treasure hunt through time travel, what's not to like about that? So I'm excited to get my grubby little reading fingers on this book. Book number 2 comes out February 16th, and that is Riders by Veronica Rossi. Veronica Rossi also has a book series that I absolutely adore. It's called Under the Never Sky, and this is a new series that has my guilty pleasure of reading books, and that's about the apocalypse. In the book Riders, you have the main character Gideon, and he was part of the army general, and he knew that taking this position would kill him, and he was right. And so basically he comes back to life with these magical powers in this cuff, only to find out that he is now one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. He is war, and he meets these other horsemen, and they're bound to this one girl, and they have to try to convince the government that the world is in perilous danger and on the brink of the apocalypse. Book number 3 comes out on February 23rd, and I am so excited for A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. And so V.E. Schwab, I haven't read any of Victoria Schwab's book. It's the same author, but from what it sounds like, Victoria Schwab writes like YA, and then V.E. Schwab is her pen name for her more adult series. So basically V.E. Schwab is the writer of 2 of my favorite books, and those are Vicious, which is amazing, and A Darker Shade of London, which is amazing. And this next book is the sequel to the A Darker Shade of Magic series, and it's about this guy who can travel into multiple Londons in different worlds and dimensions of this London, and I'll basically just like leave a little link in the description down below where I talk about A Darker Shade of Magic because it's amazing, and I'd highly recommend that you go out and read it because then you can devour this next book coming out on the 23rd of February. Book number 4 is a book that I have been anticipating for so long, and it was in my top anticipated for 2015, but then it was pushed back, and now we know for sure, at least I hope for sure, that it's coming out in 2016, and it is March 8th, 2016, is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. And Cassandra Clare, you guys probably know who she is already, but if you don't, she wrote the Immortal Instruments, or not the Immortal Instruments, it's the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. Way to combine them, Paige. But basically, those book series are wonderful and fantastic, and another element that makes them so wonderful is they all have their each individual storylines, but Cassandra Clare has such a great way of meshing them kind of together to where you can read them separately and it'd be fine. Or you can read them together, and it's just beautiful the way that all the stories interconnect. So for Lady Midnight, we were already introduced into the characters in the last book of the Mortal Instruments series, and I can't wait to get my eyes and my ears, but that wouldn't make sense unless I flip the pages, so my eyes and my ears in smelling the book, and my hands in all 6 senses, or 5 senses, on this book. So I'm so excited. Book number 5 comes out on April 5th, and that is The Glittering Court by Richelle Mead. Now, Richelle Mead is also the author of another amazing series of the Vampire Academy and the Bloodlines series, and they are fantastic and amazing, and so this is a new series that is completely different from those other 2, but I love Richelle Mead's writing style, and she always creates these awesome, like, kick-ass kind of female characters that are just so witty and enjoyable to read. So The Glittering Court is about the main character, Adelaide, and she is part of this wealthy family. So in order to escape this arranged marriage, she basically pretends to be something of a lower social status, and then she wants to go into the new world, but in order to do so, she goes through this training that takes people of lower social statuses and gives them the proper trainings where they can make a profitable husband and a profitable marriage for them in the future in the new world. Basically, I'm just excited to read another Michelle Mead book that is gonna have an amazing kick-ass female character, so there's a win-win-win situation. New book, same author, awesome characters. Book number 6 is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and anyone who's read Sarah J. Maas books knows that they are just amazing and awesome and wonderful. And so basically this is the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which came out last year, and it's about fairies, which is a win and awesome, and it's like the darker side of fairies, and there's retellings, and everyone has a different ship of which characters they really like in this series, and I have my own ship, which is Rysand, and I can't wait to see that actually become true, because I know I'm right and you're wrong. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have said that out loud. I'll keep my opinions to myself. Book number 7 comes out on May 24th, and that is The Last Star by Rick Yancey, and this is the last book to the 5th Wave series, and the 5th Wave series is awesome, and I can't wait to see how all of this concludes and ends up. And in case you don't know what the 5th Wave is, which might be unlikely since, you know, there's a movie coming out on January 22nd, I believe, and basically the 5th Wave is about this alien invasion, and that's all you need to know because the rest of it is awesome. So go and check that one out, and I'm excited to see how all of this concludes, and then just love the book. Book number 8 is supposed to come out on May 31st, and that is, I don't have a picture for it. There's really no set publication date, and there's no title, and there's no picture, but that's basically the 4th book in the Econo Chronicles series. Now, I had no idea what the series is about last year, January 2015, and I picked up the book series, not really kind of expecting to like it, to be completely honest, and oh my god, it blew my mind, and it's about the end of the world and the apocalypse, and it's just brilliant, and I devoured and loved it, and it's basically about the end of the world and the apocalypse playing out through tarot cards, and so every person is kind of a reincarnation of the arcana cards in tarot card sets. So it's just really interesting, and I love it so much, and I cannot wait for the book to come out. I don't even know if it's going to come out in 2016. I really hope that it does, but if it doesn't, I know and hope that it'll be worth the wait. So I'm excited about that. Book number 9 also has an expected publication date of September 9th, and that book is, again, there's no title and no cover and an expected publication date only, but it's basically the 5th book of the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, and I, again, love Sarah J. Maas, and to be completely honest, if you've seen my reviews of Sarah J. Maas books in the past, especially Throne of Glass, I've said that I didn't like the first 2 books of the series, but the 3rd book of the series was, oh my god, so good, and then the 4th book was just even better, and it was brilliant and fantastic, and I think there's supposed to be like 6 books, I think, in the series, so I can't wait for book number 5, and it's going to be so good, and just, yes, I can't wait. I really want it in 2016 though. This is a book that if it doesn't come out in 2016, I'm going to be slightly heartbroken. Last but not least, book number 10 comes out on November 3rd, and that is The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. And this is the 3rd book of the Bone Season series, and it's a great series, and I don't want to tell you too much about it because it's just so complex, and I think it's a book that you can kind of go into blind. So if you want, the link for this book, as well as the link for all the other books that I've mentioned, will be down below in the About section, so you can go read and see the synopsis of all the books that I have talked about. But basically, I'm excited for this book, and I just I can't form into words how excited I am for these 10 books to come out, and I'm ready. My eyes are ready to devour, and my brain is ready to comprehend, and my butt is ready for me to be planted in one spot for a long time. So that's basically the top 10 books I'm looking forward to coming out in 2016. Let me know what books that you guys are excited for, and share the book love of 2016 and a new year and more excitement for books. So that is all for today. If you like my channel, please subscribe. You can also follow me on social media such as Instagram and it's been a while since I've done this. Instagram and Twitter and Goodreads. Yes, I think. Anyways, those links will be down below in the about section if you want to follow me and subscribe, and I have another channel if you want to check that out too, and yada 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 yada. So yes, I will see you guys later. Bye! Hello and welcome to a video where I'm going to tell you guys the top 10 books or series that I read in 2015, and these are going to be in no particular order.